Hello Libras, welcome. This is your general love reading, love in the full moon. So this is a general reading for all Libras who are in a relationship of some sort. It could be any kind of love relationship. Maybe it's family, maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's your girlfriend, maybe it's your boyfriend. We'll just see what the cards want to throw out there for each and every one of you for this full moon cycle. Messages of love for our Libras is what we're asking for from the universe. We're so grateful, thankful for the messages for the greatest and highest good for all of our Libras. Sometimes the energies are reversed. So let's just keep in mind who everybody is in the story. We all know who everybody is in the story. Yeah, and stick around through the reading because a lot of times as the cards go down, the messages really come through. The channeling starts to really happen, so give the reading a little chance. If it doesn't resonate at first, take only what works, leave what doesn't. Check your own sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs, and see if you can find messages that pertain to each and every one of you. All right, dear universe, messages for the greatest and highest good for all of our Libras in love for this full moon of October. What messages do you have for our Libras in love? Okay, I'm going to do one more shuffle. Libra. Messages, dear Libra. Okay, let's see. So your overall energy is really manifestation. I feel like a lot of you are really focused. Things are going good. I think there's a lot of people are watching you. I think shift. I feel like they're starting to see that I don't know, it's like your life is coming together is what I get from that. So but I feel like there's something that is not complete in your relationship, Libra. And I say that because of this World card. It's reversed and it sits above you. And I feel like something has to move on, yet you're not really ready to do that yet. It's almost like there was a relationship that you were involved with, you know, and I feel like it went sour. It turned really sour. It was something that you thought would possibly really be around for a long while, and, you know, everything turned. I just keep getting like it turned sour. Something turned real sour. And then I think you saw that there was no future. It came to an end. Whatever this relationship was that you had, it had come to an end. And I think it may have come to an end because somebody was very selfish. Somebody was, you know, I get ungrateful. But there was that kind of an energy between you and this other person. And I think you started to see that, you know, this wasn't going to work and you were going to have to move on. And it was going to require you to be very focused. But yet, there's still something that is not ended. I mean, there's something happened in this relationship, a burden that you're still walking around with. And I think it's something that you feel like you were really hurt by this person, betrayed. I get betrayed. This was somebody who, you know, at one point, I think you guys were really, really bright. But like I say, I feel like there is some unfinished business between you and another person. Maybe this person is a Scorpio. I mean, but I feel like this wish was just not granted to you with this person, even though you may have wanted it. You know, so here, the energies that come out is you being really left out in the cold, you know, but I think the two of you continue to watch each other because I get a lot of like the eyes, like there's a lot of eyes on you. I think maybe you're keeping tabs on each other through other people. I mean, this is an energy that is really not, I mean, it's like a stalking type of energy that I get. But it's like you're hanging on to this relationship that I feel needs to be, you know, dealt with in a lot of ways. Like you need to move on. Here, this Knight of Wands is moving on, but it's like it's still moving on, hanging on to a part of this. The devil itself is like, you know, these are self-imposed I guess toxins that we bring into our lives. You know, you know that you had to make a decision about like, can I have a future with this person or not? should I move on? You really don't want to move on because there was a part of that that really fed you. Like there was like the addiction of the drama, the addiction of the passion, that kind of thing. Yet the Knight of Wands is somebody who is never going to commit. You know, this is somebody who is very charming. They are, you know, like they can be really captivating. It's like they have it, quote unquote, it. You know, but that's an energy that is very toxic that, you know, you want to walk away from it, but there's still something you're trying to hang on to. And that's where you are feeling right now. So in the last reading I did for Libra, I do believe that what came up was like the last hurrah, like one more time. It's like the two of you kind of get together again and let's see if maybe this can work. But maybe that is why this Chariot is sitting here, is that, you know, even though you guys maybe are not together or you're separated, you kind of dance around each other. You know, it's like, well, you know, I'll meet you over here, or I'll see you over here. And, you know, at a distance, there's that connection that you still two have. But I feel like you get to a point where, you know, you need to really be focused on what it is that you need. You know, this Chariot wants to take you somewhere in a positive direction, but something has to come to an end, an ending. Either, you know, you go back to this toxic person who is not changed, or you close the door and you move on, because right now you're not happy. You know, you're not happy because there's a past between you and this person, because I do feel like somebody was being very selfish in the equation here. You know, but this is something you're carrying around. Here we have the Ten of Wands reversed. It's like you don't want people to really know what your true feelings are. And yet you know that this has to come to an end. You know, so maybe you're just having a hard time walking away from this one because of that soul connection that you had with this person. You know, but there's a brand new beginning on the horizon. You know, there is. You know, so I feel like you need to make peace with your ending of this relationship and move on, you know, because that is for your greatest and highest good, Libra, you know, because this person is never going to commit, you know, and maybe for the rest of your lives, you'll keep an eye on them. For now, that's how you're feeling. But I think it really is time to move on, Libra. All right, so what else do we have? Some cards of clarity for this reading for our Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What messages of clarity do we have regarding this reading and our Libras? Yeah, see, you're really upset and you're really depressed about this whole thing. Because I think you had hopes that this was the one. This was the person who, you know, held the key to your heart. You know, but what ended up happening is that you were left feeling very alone because this person was never really ready to commit. It's like they have a lot of player energy. You know, it's like they love you and everybody around that shows up in the moment. But you really had a connection to them. You know, so I feel like there's this push-pull energy of, you know, could we make it work? But there's no communication. Like you two, maybe you really are soulmates. Maybe one of you, you know, I'm picking up a water sign. Here we have Scorpio. Here we have the Queen of Cups, another water sign. You know, maybe you're dealing with a water sign, Libra, you know, and it's somebody that, you know, it's really painful to move on from them. You know, so here you are in your head not saying what I think you really need to say. And to really, it's one of those things, you know what to do, but you don't want to do it. You know, but I do see you single, you know, choosing to stand independently on your own. Because there's another love coming. Like, there's people watching you. I think you know, you have more than one person who is interested in you, Libra. Yeah, so, you know, it's just a matter of time before you make a decision. You know, but it's almost like you're almost willing to go back to this toxic energy. And one more chance. I feel like you need to do this one more time with this person. And that could backfire. I'm just saying, because they have not changed. You know, they are still that same person. So, you know, here we have this new beginning. You know, maybe you want a new beginning with this person and you really fight with whether or not that is a good decision. So I think you're on the fence of what to do when this person, either they return into your life, or you happen to run into them, or they've contacted you. Because I feel like you know, like you haven't spoken in a while now, like you're back into communication. You know, so be very careful with your moves around this person, because I think they can lure you back into, again, you know, another relationship, another fling. But I think the energies, you will always be feeling like you are left out, wondering what are they up to, you know, because they're up to no good, you know, because you know there's no trust, right, Libra? There's no trust. So this is somebody from your past. This is somebody from your past. And again, no trust, because here we have the Three of Cups reversed. You know, they don't play fair, you know, and it's like, you know, they want it's like there's this conflict. They want to be with you, but they want to be free. You know, how do they manage to get all of that? You know, it's like, can they really do that? Because they're not willing to give up their freedom and their fun-loving life, you know, but yet they still want to be with you, and you want something more secure, you know. So I sense a lot of conflict between you and this person. So out comes the Ten of Cups with the Page of Pentacles, with the Ace of Wands reversed. So I think in the home life, you know, I do pick up that, you know, in the big scheme of things, in another lifetime, maybe this would have worked. But right now, I feel like the damage has been done in this relationship. There was a lot of hurt that went on. You know, and, you know, as much as it's almost like there was always missing pieces. It's like this person, you know, like they would tell you half of the story of what they've been up to, hoping that, you know, they could like trick you in some way and believing that, you know, while they weren't around you, they were really being good, you know, and just not, there's no reason to not trust them. But I do sense that, you know, there's just something that is really off. You know, there's a lot of passive aggressiveness with this person between the two of you. You know, so I feel like, you know, this is a painful ending between you and this person. But ultimately, I think it will free you. I think in your mind, it's like you keep trying to figure out, how can we make it work? How can we make it work? But that person, they're not going to change. You know, so maybe right now they've pulled back, you know, and now they're the good person. Because I feel like this person has like, you know, Jekyll and Hyde type of personality. You know, they love you when they love you. Oh my God. It's like, oh babe, how could you, you know? Because I get the bad boy. Like, this is a bad boy type of energy. It's like, oh gosh, you know, and then they turn around, you know, and, you know, they're mean, you know. I get the sense of meanness, you know. It's like all of a sudden, as much as they really loved you and, you know, forgive me and it'll never happen again type of energy, you know, then you find out something. You know, and it's like, you know, you don't want to walk away. You want to make this work, you know, but I just feel like this person, you know, that they're just not being honest with you, Libra. They are just not being honest, you know, so be careful with this person from your past, you know, because you're going to end up very unhappy. They are not going to change. They will promise you everything, but in the end, it will be very unstable. So, you know, you need to know when to give up the fight. When they come back asking for a second chance, you know, do they really want a second chance? Do you really want to give them a second chance? You're really conflicted about this, but I do ultimately see you walking on your own, you know, because I think, you know, you want true love. You don't want a player. And this person, they're a player. You know, this love that they want to give you, it's not genuine, it's not sincere. But you're at a crossroads. You really are at crossroads, because you two definitely have a soul connection on some level. So you're going to be dealing probably with this person over the full moon. You know, the full moon in Aries, it's, you know, going to bring up a lot of this kind of like reconciliation type of energy. you know, but what sits above you is this need to close a cycle, to close this energy so that you, the Chariot, can move on. You know, so again, you know, I think whatever it is that you need to do is a very painful move on your part, but, you know, in order for you to quit feeling, you know, the weight of this relationship, because you're always going to feel left out in the cold with this person. You know, they're just not committed. They want to be committed, but I don't think it's possible for them. You know, some people just, they're not that kind of way. So it may be time to move on. All right, so I feel like I'm starting to repeat myself, Libra, so I'm going to end it here. I hope this resonated. If it did, that's great. Hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate all of your support. And I will see you at the next reading, which will be Love and the New Moon. So stay tuned, and like I said, I hope this resonated. So until the next reading, blessed be. Bye now.